So do we share this link or?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, everyone, and thank you all so much for tuning in tonight for the Independent Music Academy presents Undisputed Indie Talk. With your host, Shasha Music, our other guest, Marcus, our other host, Marcus, who is the COO of the Eddie Awards, couldn't be with us on tonight, and our other host, Lamar, who is a recording Christian hip hop artist. He is not with us tonight, but I would like to make a big shout out to him. He just came out with his clothing line on tonight, named Revive. So y'all please follow him, buy some merch. I'm definitely going to. Again, the Independent Music Academy, we present Undisputed. So it's an interactive show where we want to talk about all things independent music, independent artists. And what I was right now, I'm checking to make sure. Yes, we live, just making sure. So what I want y'all to do is get on your phones, go to my page, Shasha Music, and go ahead and share this live right now. See, we're gonna share it right now together. Tune in, boom, right there, and tag all the independent artists that you know. It doesn't matter if they're a singer, doesn't matter if they're a rapper, doesn't matter if they're an engineer, producer, someone who wants to write music, someone who wants to do music. Go ahead and tag them, add them to this live so we can talk. I have a guest on today. This is going to be a very interactive show. So if you have any comments, any questions, please add it to the live so that we can see. Again, I have my phone, so I will be looking at anybody who wants to have a question. I will be on it, ready and available to answer, and our guests will be really ready and available to answer. And we got some hot topics on tonight, and we got some good things that we want to talk to you on tonight. This is a very interactive show, and it's not just strictly for gospel or ministry or a particular genre, but I believe the information that's going to be given on tonight is definitely going to be able to assist any artist, anyone who wants to enter into or thinking about entering into the music industry. And so, like I said, tag all your peoples because we're getting ready to have a hot show. Okay. So coming, I have, listen, the person I'm getting ready to introduce to you all. One thing about him, I would say, is he definitely has a social media presence. Definitely, when you meet him, he's hilarious, sweet, humble, and down to earth. But when you meet him, his presence matches what you see on the platform. When he hits the stage, he grabs the mic. He is what you see. It matches. Have y'all ever seen somebody look good? You know, they just take good photos, and then they get on the platform, and you be like, oh, this ain't. You tricked me. No. This man can do it. He executes very well. Very humble, hilarious guy. I would like to introduce to the show, Undisputed Indie Talk, Boy Wonda. Come on.
Hey. All right. Huh? I guarantee you're going to have a good time. Huh? What's going on, Santa?
Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. I mean, listen, this about time we connected. It was due. But I'm glad that you came on the show tonight. So tell us, what's new with you? What's going on with you?
Oh my God. I wasn't ready. No, man, quite a bit is going on with me. Like this weekend we'll be shooting a video for the new single that's dropping August 28th. Gutter the Glory. Make sure y'all get that because you can pre-order it right now. Like right now. Shooting a video for that this weekend. Been getting great feedback. A lot of people been letting me know, hey, we got your pre-order. You know, we support, and I love that. I'm a part also. I have my own podcast going on, Heart to Heart Mondays, along with joining us one of my good friends, Kiki, LOL with Kiki.
Hey.
Well, so well, we talk about the pink elephant in the room. So you know how the elephant in the room is like nobody don't want to talk about it. So we talk about issues, real life situations, but we also give like solutions, give them answers, give them guides, tips on how to kind of navigate through life, even as a believer, whether you're a believer or not. I've been introduced to a model acting agency, so I'm just now connecting with that.
Really?
So with them, and hopefully everything works out. I done send everything what they asked for, so we'll see what goes from there. So you know me, I put that on there and I keep moving. So if it's for me, it'll come right back around.
Right.
Working on an album. I'm about 2 records shy, finished with the album. Then I'll be working on another EP with a good friend of mine from Fort Myers, J Baz, which he produced 2 records that's going to be on the album.
Yes.
Also going to have a mixtape.
Killing it.
We working. I also have a mixtape dropping sometime next year. And yeah, I've just been working. I've just been seeking God, just being intimate with him, like taking advantage of this quarantine time.
Yes.
Allow him to really speak to me and lead and navigate me. And so it's just been amazing. And then part of another situation where we'll disperse at a later date. But it's just like God has really been blessing me and just putting things like just in my lap. I'm not chasing it. I'm not running after it. It's just my consistency, my hard work, dedication, commitment, and just listening to the voice of God and allow him to just navigate me and let me know yay or nay. So
right.
There's a lot going on. Just a lot.
Listen.
A lot.
Wow. Number one, congratulations to everything that you're doing, because it's you. You are literally, you're not signed to Sony and Motown and all these great people, but God is still allowing to make gift for your room. And that's just awesome. I love it. I love it.
Man, the favor of God beats monetary gain any day.
Any day. Listen, no lies. No
you got
lies.
favor. Like when you seek ye first the kingdom of God and knowledge, righteousness, all these things will be added unto you. So I'm focused on him, and I'm really pursuing after the dreams, the desires, goals, and also I got a nonprofit organization that I'm putting together also and just planning. So I won't say the name here because it's under works. So it's like beginning stages project, but I can say this, that it'll be circled around like just what we deal on a day-to-day basis, like understanding what transpired and what's going on, and the way how job security is not really secure unless you're an entrepreneur, unless you're somebody who's wholeheartedly presenting a product or something that can help the people and give back into the people. So I love giving back to my community, and so one of the ways is financial literacy, education, and like military vets. Like what can we do? What kind of assets can we give them? How can we help? So working with the homeless. So it's just like all these ideas and things that's just going on that people deal with on a day-to-day basis. It's just like, okay, how can we be of help and be essential at the same time? So God is just like really downloading me. So I just write. I just write, and I just map out, plan it out, and just go from there. And then I'm like, okay, God, like I'm doing my job. Like even in my quiet time, he was like, I can't bless what you're not walking the steps towards too.
Come on.
So if you're not putting in the faith and the action of works, faith without works is dead. So you still got to work with the faith. They go hand in hand. So I can't bless what you're not putting your hands on. I can't bless what you're not working towards. So I'm like, okay, God, I'm working towards it. I'm writing it down. I'm mapping out a plan, like taking advantage of the time and what's going on. So it's like, you're going to have to send me the people. You're going to have to send me the connections, the finances, Lord, the finances, Jesus. The finances, Lord. I can't do it if I ain't God, So like, but I know.
We need to book you as a comedian. You tear me up every time.
Comedian. Yes. Like I lost track of everything. I'm just focused. I'm focused, man.
So where can people find your music or find you if they want to book you or collab with you? Where can they find you?
Man, booking at boywonder.com. Also on my website, nogrind.noglory.net. With my music, you can find everywhere digitally: Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Tidal, Google Play, YouTube, everywhere music is sold. TikTok, Deezer, Apple Music, of course. iTunes is still there. Can you believe it? But it goes to Apple Music, so
Awesome.
it's everywhere.
Where?
Everywhere you want to be. Huh?
Okay, Visa. All right. So I've introduced to y'all Boy Wonder. Now we are gonna dive into some conversation for the independent artists or up and coming artists.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I believe everything we're gonna talk about just really covers all genres. Just
It does.
Really. So I would say, I've seen you a lot. You really have a heavy social media presence. Mm-hmm. Tell me 5 top things that you would tell an artist to do concerning like tips for marketing. Your 5 top marketing tips.
Number 1, numero uno.
Okay.
Like numero uno. Okay, say it with me, huh? Numero uno. Huh? Okay. Know your audience. That is very key. You need to know who you're targeting. You need to know your demographic. You need to know where are you getting the most response from? What city, what country, what state? That is very key in order to plan a tour around that. So if I see, like, for example, like when I first started locally, I started out in my city, I worked it. Started to another city, Winter Haven, then Lake Wales, then Lakeland, then Bartow. Then it started creeping over to Orlando, then Tampa. Then it started going to Miami, then Jacksonville. And then I started moving my way up to Georgia and Nashville and Texas. And so, like, all of these places, it's a level, it's levels to this, really levels to this. You really got to work it. You got to market it. You really have to put in your work and your grind. Like, relationships is key. And that's another thing that ties in with the next thing. Number 2, use social media as your advantage point.
Yes.
TikTok. That's the biggest thing. I'm cool with TikTok. I haven't really used it as much. I mostly use it for like my parodies and stuff, or I gotta get used to using it. So it's just one of the ones that is just like, you know what, let me just upload it there. It's there for y'all entertainment, or if you're going through something crazy, you can get some laughs and kicks. Also, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Get the subscribers up so you can monetize your videos, so you can get paid.
Listen, you preaching.
You can't do everything for free all the time. It costs, as they say, to be the boss.
Now, question.
Yes.
So what if I'm that artist who says, my audience, everybody, everybody who like my music, that's everybody. So when I go on YouTube and TikTok, and it's for everybody, it's worldwide. I'm worldwide. What do you say? Like, how would a person hone in on who they're supposed to, like, give an example, and how would that person hone in on their audience?
Well, like, honestly, it goes back to footwork. Like, I think we got so social media savvy with it that we forget to actually put in the work. So it's actually going out into your city, different places where you can just, pitch a tent, have your CDs, sell your merch, have business cards, have flyers, let people know who you are. It's ground and let work. Like, you cannot escape that. That is just, it's there. It got to be hand in hand. And if you say your music is everywhere, okay, define everywhere.
Come on.
So for me, I think it's very important that when it comes to being an artist, understand your demographic, understand that, okay, everybody's not going to like your music. So it may be everywhere as far as digital platforms, but are you presenting all of what you say is everywhere? So it's very important to define what is for everybody, what is everywhere. Like, it just kind of leaves you out there high and dry. Which comes to number 3, which is reaching out. And with reaching out, like who can you get if you're not gifted in this area? Who do you know that you can get to write out some press releases for you to present what you got going on? To present, okay, I'm gonna go to Rapzilla. I'm have this pressed up. Got my pre-order links, my YouTube, my social media handles, like, and then everything I need within it and what represents it. And you got track stars, you got holy culture. So you have all of these
Yes.
websites that you can, and also, at the time, Rep the King Mag. And so that has been sold. So but before it was sold, like I had relationship with both, with Henry when he first started it up, and then also with Stedman as well when he bought it from him. So which goes to number 4, play a free show, like, which goes back to the legwork, like, of letting people know who you are. And you can pan a show around as like, hey, I'm gonna have a show here at this address. I would love to see your face. Da, 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 da. Like, people want to consistently see your presence. They want to consistently see your face. They let you know you're serious about your craft, about your music, and that, you know what, look, I'm out here even working a 9 to 5 and still doing my music, which is very important as well, because you got to have something to support that, which we'll go on into later. But and then number 5, audio marketing, which boils down to all the distribution, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, also Tidal, Google Play, like all of these distribution platforms, digital distribution platforms that you can use. Make sure they're all on there. Make sure that it's everywhere, as they would say.
Okay.
Those are the top marketing tips.
So, when people say budget for marketing, would you say about how much would you, I guess, advise or recommend or suggest, hey, I'm an up and coming artist, I really don't have a lot of funds. How much should I put aside just for marketing and promotions? What is your take on it, being that I'm just starting or I'm trying to take it to another level?
And that's just the key. If you're just starting, like, you're going to really have to map out a budgeting plan. You're going to have to mark out a strategy. Like, how much am I really going to put to the side? So honestly, it depends on the high demand, which honestly, this actually answers the following question. But it depends on the high demand, which determines your marketing budget, because if you're hot and everybody's just like, yo, we want to book you, da 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 da, so you got X amount of dollars coming in. So now you can be like, okay, well, I could put 10 grand over here, and then I can do what I can do and do what I can, and make sure you use wisdom also, because honestly, there are ways around it, and not to use anybody just for that, but it boils down to relationships.
Right.
Like, you want to put yourself in a position to where people know your music, to where you don't have to fight as hard to get it on radio, fight as hard to get it in the hands of the people. When you keep pumping out great music, that's going to take care of itself. So that's going to help with the radio promotion, because they're going to be requesting your record in. They're going to be like, yo, I want to hear God of the Glory from Boy Wonder featuring Tim Moses. Like, they're going to want to hear that. So that helps that helps kind of like chop the budget in half. But you still got to be realistic. What can you do? That's what it boils down to. Do you have a job? Are you working and saving towards that? Like, you got to work. Man, don't work, you don't eat. Ain't no way around it. Unless you Lecrae and NF and you done sold out arenas, like, you ain't got the millions like that. So, like, for me, like, when I put out the Black Sheep, man, I put some money in that project, and I actually strategized and mapped it out for 3 years intentionally. So that gives me enough time to continuously to promote, to market, to get into places. I still promote and market it to this day, because there's records that I love that I'm trying to get TV placements and movie deals on. So like, when you work and you create timeless music, continue, don't stop promoting your music. Like, one of the things I see that artists do in general, they promote music for a couple of weeks and then they stop.
Yes.
Like, keep promoting your music, keep circling it back into social media because the algorithm has changed now. And
Right.
now you got to work twice as hard. And the only way you can really get over the algorithm is promotions. So that's what it goes down. Promotions in the Facebook ads, promotion in the Instagram ads. Facebook is Instagram because they own pretty much everything just about. So can I get a stock or something? Can I get a little change, something?
So, okay, definitely great tips for marketing for artists.
Mm-hmm.
So, I heard you speak a little bit about, putting on your own show. The next question is this. In your experience, has there ever been a time you had to say no to doing a show or a gig or ministering on a platform? And what reasons? Why would a person find themselves having to say no? Or it's wise to say no to a particular gig or platform?
Number one, I say do your research. Understanding who you're pretty much tying yourself to. Find out who they are. Look at their social media pages. See how their character is. What are they saying, quote unquote, in the streets? Like, no, you don't want to mess with him. He a bad promoter. He short $20,000. Like, no, it's just as bad in our genre just as it is in the regular industry, in the mainstream industry. So, saying no, there's a lot of dynamics to that because ministry is tied into that, and they, like I was saying earlier before when we was talking, it does intertwine, but you do have to understand that business is business. It's nothing personal. For instance, like if I don't feel it in my heart or my spirit, I don't got a piece about it, it don't sit right with me, I won't do it.
Right.
Just hands down. It's just, I don't need your business that bad. Like I'm not gonna just jeopardize my character and you did such and such with this person. Like now, you have to be careful who you associate yourself with and understand like who is the promoter, who is booking you for the show, what was their past situations like with handling artists. Did they respect them? Did they do right by them? Was the sound right? It's just a host of things that it just bases upon. But most importantly, your intimacy and connection with God and saying, okay, Lord, like, what should we do? Because there's been times where I've been shortchanged, like many of times, and I just had to take that L because the people were more important. Like I could get caught up in that in the business side of it and be like, you know what, man, I ain't going on stage then. I'm like, no, I came here for a purpose and for a reason, and I'm not going to be an enemy to allow this situation here to jeopardize what God is trying to do ultimately. So that's another thing that artists have to pay attention to when it comes to if you're in this field, in this genre. It's way deeper than people realize it.
I've seen a lot of artists get burnt out because they're always saying yes, 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 go, yes, yes, yes. And it's just
let me tell you something. Let Grandma Pudding tell you something. Listen, a rocking chair moves, but it still don't go nowhere.
Absolutely.
So you can like for me, oh my God, like I would say yes to a lot, but I knew within myself because those were personal relationships that I would build, and those are times that I knew, look, I'm getting off the ground, and I got to put in the work. I mean, that's just plain and simple. But then there's times to where, okay, are you really called to that event? Like what I've learned within this whole thing is like, okay, God, lead me to the people that I need to go to. Make sure that I'm always in your will. Like I don't want to just go over here because I can.
Right.
I don't just want to book this show and go to this church because I can. Like,
right.
It's just like you have to really discern in this field. Like, Lecrae don't take everything.
Correct.
NF don't take everything. You look at the schedules. Like what I've done also, I use the model of what they've done with tour schedules, with how they move, and I applied that blueprint to my own way and customize it to what I'm able to do on the level that is still professional and that is still commendable, and still saying, hey, my thought process is here. It is. And just my pocket ain't caught up with it yet.
Right. It ain't caught up. Yes.
It costs, man. This is one of the most expensive careers that you can have, aside from, movies and films. Like it costs.
Definitely. Now, what I'm about to say is going to lead into our next question, but I also seen a lot of people take yes, because not everybody has a humble heart or has the heart to where they like pray about it or ask God about it or even do research, because they're at a place where they are now seen for the first time. They're just attracted to the stage, attracted to the light, attracted to the mic. I got something to say, and they done invited me, and I'm called. The Lord called me to the nations.
Paper.
And it's just like, but you burning yourself out and you're wearing yourself out, and now you done got this big head that because somebody has requested you and because someone has called on you and said, hey, brother, I need you to be at my next. And I need you to be over here. And you're just being pulled. One thing about it, sometimes I say no to keep balance in my own life.
Exactly.
Outside of music and outside of, the artist, I need that balance. But which leads me to the next question. How does it keep, what ways are you doing? What things are you doing to keep yourself humble?
Number one, this has to be, like, there's no way around it. You can't, ain't no shortcuts. My intimacy with God keeps me humble. My intimacy with him, my time spending with him, allowing him to chastise me, allowing him to work things through me that he needs to, like, God, whatever's in me, I don't want no part, take it from me. Like, it's me submitting what I want and my desires and heart and will, and picking up his heart, his desire, his will. So life lessons, experiences, friends, family, people who will keep it a buck with me and not be yes men. Like bro, you tripping, like, hey bro, you kind of slipping over here. You need to, like, come tighten up just a little bit. I have those kind of people in my corner. I have real friends. Like, more than anything outside of that. Like, you just got to have people who are real with you, who will keep you level. And then also there's just other people's situations, and seeing what they're going through and what they're dealing with, and how certain situations and life challenges that happen that allow them to kind of like go spiral downhill. And I just learned also from other people's mistakes. Like, I learned. I've always been an observer. I've always been watchful, mindful. And also, before I even got in this arena, I prayed to God and didn't get an answer until for like 3 years.
Wow.
This is something that I desired. I was like, God had to see, he had to break me down and build him up in me, so that way he knew he can trust me with the gift that he's given me, so that I would give it back to him. And he is the giver. So I'm giving back, and I'm making it as a lifestyle. That's my worship. So that's my lifestyle. So when we understand that and get the gist of things and get things in order, and understand that music is only a part of my purpose, and it's about that much involved, because it's not my entire purpose. Music is a tool that can lead to my purpose, what I'm originally here for, and that's to give back to the community. That is to help those who can't help themselves. That is to be a pillar, to be a light amongst a dark place to those, and just be loving and showing the love of God. Like he says, how will they know that you are my disciples? By how you have love for one for another. So these are key aspects that you can't go around. You got to have this. And you got to have people that will tell you the raw dogged truth, like honey, and whether you want to hear it or not.
Nah, that's very, very true. And I would say that definitely will keep a person humble. Stand before the face of God, truly asking him, okay, God, how would you see fit for me to do, for me to go, where to go, or how to do? and who to connect with. And stand before him asking for permission versus taking it upon ourselves and thinking we're in control of how the flow of this thing is going to go can easily get you to a place where you're big-headed, your ego, oh, I got this, I'm not, oh, they here for me, versus
it was in for a rude awakening.
Right. Absolutely. All day, every day.
What? Okay.
And so you also mentioned in regards to, also having the people around you that's going to be honest and straight up with you. I think as you elevate, you do really seek for authenticity from people. And your circle gets smaller, but you want to real from the small, from the little bit you got. And so the next question is, what is a must to have on your team as an artist? Who or what is a must to have on your team as you go forth in this journey? And
as you go forth in this journey, it all depends on where you're at in this journey too. It depends on if you're a high demand. It depends on if you sold a lot of records. It depends on who.
Okay, you in the beginning, you ain't got nothing, and you just you got a gift, but you ain't got nothing. You fresh.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you the role manager, you the promoter, you the graphic artist.
Yes, Lord.
You the artist.
Yes.
You the videographer.
Yes.
You the graphic designer. You're the radio promotion.
I see a lot of artists.
Oh my God.
They need is a manager. Oh, I need a manager. I need to go ahead and get me a manager. But you're not giving the manager anything to manage at this moment in your step. Like me, I don't have a manager. Exactly. As busy as I am, I don't feel like I'm at a place. Exactly. You don't have a manager, but you'll be setting up tours, traveling from state to state, flying, going from here to there, performance after performance. And for me, the question is, why do you feel you have to have that manager? For example, I wear many hats. I'm a mom. I'm a graphics designer. I have a company. I'm an artist myself.
Yes.
And I'm a part of different other projects outside of all the other things that I do. I have a 9-to-5 as well. And I'm stretched, but I know I'm still yet as an artist, not at a place where I'm going to pay someone to manage me until I get to the level that I need to be managed on, you know what I'm saying? So I noticed a lot of people, they're very quick to jump on and say, I need a manager, but yet they haven't even developed themselves as an artist.
I'll tell you why. Perception.
Right.
They want to appear as if they're bigger than they are. And that's one of the biggest deceptions that you could ever get entangled in.
Entanglement.
I'm sorry. It was just bubbling up. I had to okay. No, but on the real perception, we want to show you that, hey, look at me. And this is a quick way of, this could be an idol in your life. This is a quick way of saying, I'm not authentic. I'm not organic. And I want to get to the microwave route versus the crock pot route. Crock pot take too long. I take the crock pot any day because I want to know all the things that I know this day. If it wasn't for God and the Holy Spirit giving me wisdom and knowledge and connecting me with the right people to get into place to where I can be at this level and where I desire to be. A lot of it deals with perception. Like, I did have a manager in 2016 and it was great, but I just noticed he had so much going on that I had to take the reins back. And I understood there was no hard feelings. We're still best friends to this day, but I understood that, okay, bro, you got a lot, and I know you're trying, and I know it's well, we done had to talk, and the same thing still happening. So I was like, I had to take the reins back. I was like, okay, I'm back on my own grizzly. And also it's relationships. Like, I can't stress that enough. relationship.
You do that too well. Sorry. Relationships.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Relationship. Like God put us on this earth, of course, to serve out His will and His purpose, but also to have relationship with Him, relationship amongst each other. That is the key. That is how God. That's God's favor on my life. That is how I'm able to go here, 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 and also another thing that I wanted to bring up when you said no to a gig. Honestly, it is it going to hurt you more than it's going to help you? It's gonna put
Mm.
you in the red. Is it gonna be such a hassle to get to where you're trying to go, point A, point B? There's a difference from when the enemy attacking, trying to keep you from going versus okay, it ain't just in my wallet. I can't get there. I can't get to Atlanta. This is not gonna go well.
Right.
Like you have to use wisdom.
Yes.
So if you don't have the finances and they're not helping or contributing gas, something.
Because I've had people say, "Hey, since we on Atlanta, hey, I'm in Atlanta. Well, I'm having a youth explosion. You should come and da da da. I'm sorry, I won't be able to make it. Well, it's good exposure for you. Well, who gonna be there?
Exposure don't pay bills most of the time. It
You know,
depends.
and sometimes we must be wise with that term exposure.
It exposes, all right.
I mean, yeah, you'll be in front of people you've never been before, but how beneficial to your ministry being exposed to these particular people will it be if you've already told me, I'm sorry, we won't even be able to bless your ministry financially, and you already know it's a 6 or 7 hour drive for me.
14 round trip.
Right. So when I get there, the people will hear the music, they'll hear the ministry and experience it. Then what? So I think it came with experience for me to learn those things, and to begin to say, you know what, this is costing too much. This is too expensive. This is too expensive for me. I'm losing out on so much. I could be with my family right now. I could be I could be getting some sleep. I love sleep. I could be I could be marketing for free on social media, on connecting. I could be building relationships, as you said earlier, networking, really getting some groundwork done versus I'm on the road tirelessly and don't even get a slice of cake and some Kool-Aid.
People don't understand. You gotta be built for this.
Yes.
It ain't for the faint of heart. I'm gonna tell you that right now. There's been times where I got maybe 2.5 hours sleep and then had a 12-hour drive. Like, in order to get there at a certain time. Like, and it's just like no matter how I panned out and planned and got ahead and was packed and ready, there was always something going on to where it would cause an interference to a place of getting sleep and rest. So it's crazy because it's like you also, you have to make sure that you're eating right and fit in the sense of to where, because traveling in itself is a lot of energy. Then you got to give a 20-30 minute set, and depending on where you are in your artistry, sometimes it's 45 minutes to an hour and a half.
Right.
But like all of this you have to take into, because I've ministered tirelessly
with a smile on your face.
exactly,
and take care of the people and rock hold the babies and sign autographs or take pictures and be ready.
And it was God that was sustaining me through it all.
Absolutely.
Through it all, because there's times it's like, whoa, man, where did that come from? I know where it came from. It came from Jesus, boo.
Right. Correct.
Like he's always kept me, and so you got to be built for it. Like, and there's some more we're gonna.
You got to know you're called for this. You got to know you're truly it's your calling, because when you truly know that you're called for this, you'll find yourself in a place of remaining humble.
Yeah.
Being okay with saying no.
Yep.
and being okay with opening up your mouth and networking and building those relationships. I find a lot of artists, because I do consultation for artists, who will say, well, I'm not like you. I'm not a social butterfly. I don't talk to people.
Don't tell me
You
that.
miss out on opportunities.
Then this ain't for you.
People want to know who you are, and that's how they open up doors for you.
Exactly.
That's how favor comes down the line.
What's the old saying? Closed mouths don't get fed.
And that's true. That's so true. And you can't be like the lay member in the church just saying, being quiet and saying, the pastor know I can sing. But volunteer yourself. Hey, pastor, don't you know I can sing? Can I be a part of the choir or the praise and worship team?
Exactly.
Because sometimes they don't know. They see you, but they don't really see you.
A lot of times we can make up imaginary stuff in our head that ain't true, and then we just get stuck there.
Right. Right.
And another thing is just like, also when you're called to this, no matter what happens, no matter what kind of hell you face, no matter if you don't get cosigns, no matter if you don't get the support.
Right.
Support. Like
correct.
They cannot do something one time and then, man, don't be supporting me, man, cuz.
Right.
Bump them. Like stop looking at your friends as money bags. Like they're not required to support you. That's and I don't make them feel like I need you to support me. Hey, pre-orders alive, bam. If you do, whatever. If you don't, because a lot of people don't understand, like, did you see what about other things that they do behind closed doors that you don't even know about that they don't do in front of you?
Right.
And you can't say that they don't support you just because you're not seeing it when you want to see it. Don't worry.
Everything has a place in it and a time, and you can't enter into this getting upset with family and friends because they aren't putting the energy you expected them to put in for your vision and your dream. And sometimes the biggest supporters are going to be strangers, people you have never met in your life. Yes.
Public service announcement. There's a whole entire world out there, and you worry about 8 people who don't support you. I just need you to understand this. Like,
come on.
Favor of strangers is so present in my life.
Yes. Yes.
Like, don't get caught up with that. Be the friend that you know you are capable of being. That's it. Like,
that's it.
No more, no less. Like, all I require you is respect, mutual respect. We love each other. You know, we make sure we check in. Other than that, if you want to support me financially, cool. I'm with it. If not, cool. It's no love lost.
Right.
Too many people walk in here with entitlement.
Not only entitlement as well, but the level of expectation that they feel that, my song is hot. It's for the nation. God called me to it, and it's gonna blow. And it doesn't do what they think it's gonna do in 2 to 3 weeks. And now they find themselves in a rut or ranting on Facebook. I'm not receiving the support. God called me to this. I mean, what do you say to those people who find themselves just really struggling? Should I even continue? Because I don't really see. And some people have been doing it for 6, 7 years. I just really don't see progress. I just
try 14 years.
Go ahead.
Try. If you tell the average person that it's going to take 10 plus years to get where you're trying to go, they're going to turn around and be like, nah, I ain't got that kind of time.
Right.
When you're called, you're on a mission, you're on assignment. It's a difference. I'm on mission, I'm on assignment. It's a difference.
Perspective.
Perspective is everything. So if you perceive that because you're not getting the support and the love at the time you want to get and receive it, first of all, pride. Pride puffers up.
Yes.
That's a pride issue.
Yes.
Because you think you're this so great of an artist. Well, there's 99 million other artists who feel the same way you feel and still ain't get. It all goes back to the 5 marketing tips.
Right.
You can't say, like, you could. There's one who's prideful with what you just said, and then there's one that's confident. It's like, God, whatever I know this is a great record. You giving me this record, so whatever I do what I know I can, and I leave the rest up to you. And you,
right.
That's why I've been in this space with this record. Like, because you will go crazy trying to check, but like, okay, man. It's like it's really nerve wracking, but when you're called to it, you'll stick to it no matter what the results are.
Right.
Because he left the 99 for the one.
For the one.
So if I get the one out of the 99, I did my job. That's how I look at it. Success to me is one soul in the kingdom.
Right.
One. Do I want to be successful in this? Of course. Like, I don't do this as a hobby. This is my career. This is my calling. This is what
I've had artists come to me and say, I want to get on the big stages like you, Shah. I'm tired of these little stages. What would you say? I've said
we're gonna choose a different we're gonna choose a different route, bro, because you're not gonna stay. Because you got to understand, you got to learn at those small stages. Let me tell you something. Try ministering in a church. Well, they got a boom box and the microphone at the boom box, so you can actually hear the music, and you still give a performance like it's 99 people there.
Yes.
1,000, 20,000. When there's only a few.
Or when they put the mic up to your phone and go ahead, go ahead and rap.
Because
you don't even got a mic because they using the mic on your phone.
Kill it.
Yes.
These are
the training ground.
This exactly.
The churches are a training ground.
Because God wants to keep you at a level to where you're humble. He wants to keep you in a place to where you understand that it ain't about you. Never been, never has been, never will be. I'm just being honest with you. It's about him, what he desires to do through us. And when we understand that and we get the perspective, we're missing out that we get the opportunity to learn. What can I learn from this episode? Well, I know most likely not to be booked here again. Right. That's number one. Just being real, honest, transparent. Right. Number two, it lets me know that no matter what the scenario is, I'm willing to give my all. I'm willing to do whatever. There's been times where I went to a place and I ain't ministered at all.
Right.
Like there was a show that I had in Lake Wells. I was supposed to minister and, time was getting away, but I heard God clearly. And they called the teenagers up. They were just praying. Things were breaking. It was great. And as I'm praying, we're in this group, the Holy Spirit says, fall back. Okay. I already knew what time it was. So I go back to my seat. I'm still kind of praying and just kind of, just taking in what's taking place and what's happening. And they called me up. As soon as that right foot touched the stage, the Holy Spirit said, fall back. Like he was letting me know the work that was done has already been completed. There's nothing more I can do that I can add to it to make it more saucy.
Right.
And if I wasn't obedient to the voice of God, then that'd have been a pride issue. And it's just like, no, I want to. The promoter looked at me crazy, like, for real? Really?
Yeah, really.
Really? Like the Holy Spirit said, fall back.
Right.
God did what he needed to do here.
Right.
What I'm going to add to it? He don't need my help.
Come on.
He don't need my ignorance. I'm sorry. I'm not fit to be kept up at night because no, I'm just not.
Right. All right. So last question of the night.
Okay. But before you get to that.
Okay.
I will say these things. Road manager, booking agent, publicist, lawyer, social media team, and radio promotion. What DJs do you know that you have a personal relationship with, and that they can actually promote your record and break it to other DJs? You know what I'm saying? So that is like key. So and just pick those things out to where you are. Just like again, like we said, like You got to give the manager something to manage. That's just being real. Like I went without a manager for years. Tried it, I loved it, but it, so much happened. I took the reins back. Here we are again. Like, you do what you have to do until you do what you're able to do.
Absolutely, 100%. I definitely agree. A lot of times I tell artists, especially that are up and coming or that are beginning or feel like they don't really have all the tools that they need, or they don't feel like they are as popular as another person. I tell them, there's a time and a season for all things. And right now you're in a place of sowing. So you might not always get paid. You might not always get a standing ovation. You might not always get booked. You might not always see your name or your face on the flyer. You might not get called on, but you still sow in time. You still go and travel. You still reach out. You still connect. You still build relationships. Exactly. And a lot of people, even where I am now, a lot of people be like, you don't get paid for every show? And I'm like, sometimes it's just ministry for me. Like, I'm not even my reward is on my mindset and my spirit man is on a whole nother place, right?
Yes.
So it's a business. It's also ministry for me. And I never want to forget the ministering part of it. Exactly. So how do you feel about getting paid, or does every single gig or a platform require for you to get paid in order to perform it or do it?
Yes, and if they don't, forget them.
Off with their heads.
I'm coming. Doggone right.
Okay.
I use my gas. I use my time in preparation for 10, 15 minutes of 4 weeks of preparation. You mean to tell me you don't want to pay all of this? No, I'm just playing.
But you sound like them artists, though. Who?
Hey, listen. I get you. A laborer is worthy of their hire. I understand it, and I will say this: just like you're saying, like my case, I consult the Holy Spirit. Every case is different. It's not always about money. Again, the favor of God outweighs any type of monetary gain. But I also use wisdom within that. So I have a healthy balance.
Right.
This is how I navigate when it comes to bookings. There are 3 people, 3 pastors that God has placed on my heart that I do not charge whatsoever.
Right.
When they need me, I'm there. I got my mentors. And then there's another pastor that my brother grew up with and was really close with. And through my brother going to his ministry, I connected with him and we're real close. And he's like another spiritual father. But those 3 people, I do not charge. I don't care what, but they still bless me. They still pay me. They understand. They still respect my ministry, and they understand it's still business at the end of the day. But this is the guarantee of them. Look, it's not about money for me. It's just about what you sold to me can never pay out the amount. It will never add up. Y'all sold too much into me, so I don't feel that I should charge you, like per se. When it comes to strangers and other promoters and people who wants to book you, if you can pay everybody else, you can pay me. And especially people that you're paying, let's say $1,200, $1,500. Well, I understand about getting a major artist. So this is what I say. Make sure you incorporate that in the budget. Reach out, find out how much they charge for their honorarium. Okay, save that up for another date. Give yourself 6 months, however long you need. Pinpoint this. Okay, listen, we got the money. This is what we want to do. Because one thing that used to get under my skin and frustrate me is that you will always pay for somebody you don't know, but the people who stay there locally and help you set up and break down and tear down and do all this serving and help you throughout the week, and they doing all this stuff for you, and you're just giving them pennies on a dollar?
Or nothing.
Or nothing? Oh, hey, let me get you some lunch. Bruh, my light's about to get turned off. You want to feed me? Oh,
Honestly, that is a real thing with a lot of artists, and I believe that's where we get the term struggling artist from, because a
exactly.
lot of artists are out here really putting their best foot forward.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying yes to too many things that they should be saying no to, and
Facts.
finding themselves in financial situations.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're screaming for help, and then they're bashing the church. They don't want to pay, but you're saying yes to all the gigs.
Exactly. You're not even discerning. You're just saying you just happy that somebody done hit your little booking email. You just happy. You
No,
go happy, not
and
thank
there's
you.
nothing wrong with that, but
No,
you dug
no.
this hole for yourself, and so there's one side of it is like, okay, people need to do better about when they invite somebody, bless them
Yeah.
on some level, if you can,
Even
or
if it's a love offering, and that's whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying?
get in the mic. Hey, they brought their CDs today. We couldn't pay them, but can y'all bless them by just buying their music? Y'all seen how well they did today.
And
That's all it takes.
like for me knowing like my first time going out of the state and going all to these different places, I didn't mind investing in myself because it is a new demographic. It is a new ministry, people that I can connect with even the more that they connect with up there. And there's been times where I'm like, okay, God, you say you need me here, you're gonna have to provide.
Make a way.
You're gonna have to make a way. Waymaker.
Yes. You're going to have to work this miracle.
Miracle worker. Like for real. Like there's times I kid you not, for like 3 to 4 years straight, going to Nashville for GMA Dubs and trying to get around the person radio personnel and make relationships and have the luncheons and everything like that. People don't understand, like, didn't have a dime to my name. Cause they were all going to bills.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay, God, like, you say I'm gonna go, but like, my faith. You need my faith level here, but my faith level here. So,
Yes. It ain't happening.
and I kid you not, every year it was taken care of.
Amen.
And some years after that, I was able to.
But that's the difference between God moving on your behalf versus you just moving.
Right. And that's another thing. Like, you got to have a balance of that. There are times where you just got to go check it out. Network. Be like, oh, they're having this event. Let me go out here. Let me show some support and love. And I'm gonna be honest with you too. And if you really want to get in a place, you really have to be selfless. Like,
absolutely,
all of my blessings came from supporting somebody else.
Amen.
All of my blessings came from going to this event and going to that event and going to this event. And you see the same people that go to each of these, they'll come over and they'll be like, yo, I see you at such and such event. Like, yeah. Yo, what do you do? And it starts the conversation. And the networking is just a trickle snowball effect. And it was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it was just like, wow, okay. That's what I'm talking about. And it comes from being selfless. Like, what are you willing to give up in order to get? And it's not necessarily so what you can get, but what can you learn? What are the proper steps that you need to take to see what it is I need to learn and grasp and understand from this situation and what I'm in and where I'm at?
Right. Awesome. I can't believe it's already been like an hour. Like, we had a great conversation.
It don't feel like
it don't.
It really don't.
But before we wrap this up, please let the people know where can they contact you, follow you, and purchase your music. And we're going to be out. So let the people know.
All right. NoGrind, You can go over there and get merch, CDs. You can also check out the music videos. You can see my Twitter feed, everything. Also, if you would like to donate, if you would like to sell into the ministry, there's a donate tab. Also, official B Wonda, Twitter and Instagram. Official BWONDA. Facebook, official Boy Wonder, BOYWONDA. Also, YouTube.com/No Grind, No Glory.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Thank y'all for having me, man. This was dope. So we definitely gonna do it again. I love this kind of stuff. I love pouring into other people. I love just been able to give what I had to scrape to get. Like, I don't want the next person to have to struggle and scrape like we had to in order to get into a place of where they're trying to go. So that's another thing. I love being a big brother. So we got to be a big brother to those up and coming and chastise and love at the same time.
Yes. All right, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in to Indie Talk on tonight.
Yes,
and
sir.
again, we'll see y'all until next time. Y'all be blessed. All right. Deuces.